Okay, let's dive right into this explainer. Today, we're going to completely demystify the physics of your cash desk. We're going to lock down exactly how money moves piece by piece. That way, you can permanently solve those incredibly stressful accounting errors and confidently master your daily operations.
Now, if you work with transactions, I bet you already know about that 2 a.m. drawer panic, right? It's that absolutely terrifying feeling at the end of a shift when your drawer just won't balance. And man, trying to fix it feels exactly like trying to catch water with your bare hands. Well, we're going to put an end to that today by completely shifting how you visualize your desk. So, here is our quick roadmap for today. 1. Limit and balance explained. 2. Handling player deposits. 3. Processing player withdrawals. 4. Calculating your final result. And 5. Rules of the cash desk.
All right, let's jump straight into Section 1, Limit and Balance Explained, the core dynamic of the cash desk. You might be thinking these sound pretty similar, which actually is where a lot of accounting confusion starts. But your limit and your balance are complete opposites. They serve entirely different functions. See, your digital limit is purely your digital capacity to accept funds into the system. Your physical balance, on the other hand, is the real, tangible cash sitting right there in your drawer that you have actively received from players.
Let's put that into perspective. Imagine you just booted up your system for the day with a baseline $100 limit. Basically, you have $100 in pure digital capacity, but absolutely zero physical cash before a single person walks in the door. That is your starting baseline.
Moving right along to Section 2, Handling Player Deposits, Tracking the Flow of Action. Okay, picture this. A player walks up and tops up $50. This brilliantly illustrates the perfect equal exchange. Watch how your digital limit drops by 50, bringing your digital capacity down to 50. But at the exact same time, your physical balance simultaneously increases by 50 because they just handed you that cash. One bucket empties by 50, the other fills by 50. It's that simple. Right after that, a second player arrives and deposits another $50. So your digital capacity drops again, this time hitting absolute zero. You literally have no digital limit left. But look at your physical cash. It jumps straight up to $100. You now have $100 in real, tangible money sitting in your drawer. The crucial point here is this fundamental rule we call the top-up mechanic. Every single time a deposit is accepted, the money simply shifts states. It moves directly out of your digital limit and transforms into your physical balance. It's a strict one-to-one transfer from the digital world straight into the physical drawer right in front of you.
All right, Section 3. Processing player withdrawals, reversing the mathematics. So what happens when shifts aren't just one-way traffic? Let's say a player wins $70. You don't just blindly hand over cash from your drawer, right? You must follow this strict mechanical process. Step 1, you receive their unique withdrawal code. Step 2, you go into your system and officially deduct that $70. And only after that system deduction do we hit Step 3, actually handing over the physical cash or initiating a card transfer.
Watch the math reverse right before your eyes as you process this. You started with $100 in your physical balance. You hand over $70, leaving you with $30 in physical cash. But wait, that $70 doesn't just vanish. It moves straight back into your available digital limit bucket, opening your capacity from 0 right back up to 70.
And this brings us to the payout mechanic, which perfectly demonstrates how the system balances itself. When paying out a player, money moves directly from your physical balance back over to the digital limit bucket. Those physical cash payouts instantly open up your digital capacity again.
This mechanic is honestly a massive built-in safety net for your operations. It guarantees that withdrawals are incredibly safe because they're only possible within your available physical balance. You can literally never pay out more physical cash than you actually hold. The physics of the system just completely prevent it.
Moving to Section 4, Calculating your final result, proving the mathematical equilibrium. Want you to think of your desk's total capacity, kind of like a giant pie. The overall size of that pie remains exactly $100. The total capacity hasn't changed at all since the very start of your shift. All that changed is how the pie was sliced between the physical cash you have left and your available digital limit. The whole system remains perfectly mathematically sound.
If you write down just one thing from this explainer, make it this foolproof formula. Balance equals money received from players minus money paid out to players. It perfectly reflects the real cash you currently have on hand at any given second. Master this, and the confusion completely disappears.
Because of this precise math,
If your physical drawer is off by even a single dollar, literally just $1, you know instantly and without a doubt that a transaction was misrecorded. There's no guessing game here.
Finally, let's wrap up with Section 5, Rules of the Cash Desk, Operational Non-Negotiables.
First and foremost, every single cash desk works completely independently, kind of like its own little island. This means absolutely no transferring funds between different cash desks. When paid-out winnings return to a limit, they return exclusively to that specific desk's limit. You absolutely cannot just toss magically free funds over to a coworker whose desk is running low. No way.
Now, if you actually do need to fund a separate desk, you must explicitly follow this strict protocol from the top down instead of just sliding funds laterally. Step 1, you have to go back to the source and top up your master prepaid account. Only then can you move to Step 2, which is distributing those funds out to individual cash desks, and that must happen exactly at the moment of deposit.
By distributing funds exactly at the moment of deposit, you ensure every single penny is systematically tracked from the top down. Everything is accounted for, meaning absolutely no ghost money is allowed in the system. So, stick to the strict rules of these independent desks and master this simple two-bucket flow. Because at the end of the day, when that 2 a.m. shift finally ends, do you actually know your true balance, or are you just guessing?